welcome back to another speed build video. My name's Jess and today I'm building in Windenburg on a 20 by 20 lot, and today's build is just like an Airbnb style getaway for your Sims. It is in the style of a modern treehouse, and I kind of intended it to be a rental, but of course you can use it any way that you'd like to in your game, whatever works for your gameplay. But you can see the shape is starting to come together. So there's the bottom half, which is kind of like the area your Sims can hang out in, and then the upper half, which is the like living portion of this build. And I will say this is a very small house. So there wasn't a ton of room to add in a lot of different elements, but I'm really happy with how the shape turned out. And I will say, of course, I had a inspiration image on Pinterest that kind of helped guide me through and gave me the idea for the shape of this house, and I think I was able to do it justice. But definitely, as you could see from that layout, very, very small build. Now, one thing I will say that is very different about this build for me, you might have noticed if you watch my builds often at all, is this was actually done all in one go. So normally what I do is when I do a build, I build it all off camera, I guess you could say, and then I rebuild it while I'm recording. So in the end, I always do a build twice, which can take quite a while. So what I wanted to do was just to try and challenge myself and see if I could actually do a build all in one go. Because the reason why I don't normally do it is because I am such an indecisive builder. I feel like it takes me ages to land on an idea that I really like or get things exactly how I want them. So I just don't want to make you watch me be so indecisive. So it's always nice to have a plan in place by having a build that I've already finished to look at, or at least mostly finished. So anyways, so this is totally different for me. And I really enjoyed doing something a little bit different. Well, actually, I don't know if I'd say that I really enjoyed it. I have to say this made me really respect people who can do like these massive builds all in one go and not have any like major mistakes, and to just like trust their ideas all the way to the end. Because like someone like Kate Emerald, I just don't know how they do it, because I was stressed the whole time trying to be like, okay, make a decision, and just trying to trust my like original ideas. So anyways, just really interesting to me what I kind of learned by doing this build in this way. And one thing I wanted to mention is with the terrain paint that I just added in, that's one thing I don't know if I'll ever be able to do on camera. I don't know what it is, but when I go to record myself doing terrain paint, it's like my body just stops functioning, and I cannot draw like a straight line or like a curved line that I want to look smooth. So yeah, anyways, that I think I will always have to do off camera. I don't know what it is that makes it not work for me, but it just never seems to work when I try and record it. I don't know what happens. So anyways, you can see the bottom half of this has really come together. Now I will say I added in a fire pit, sorry, but that might change because when I went to playtest this, the very first time I had my sim light this, everything caught on fire. Like it was a crazy fire. So I don't know and let me know if you do gameplay, if you are just not supposed to place a fire pit in a room, if that just causes everything to catch fire in the room, or maybe it's just a kind of I got lucky, I guess, and I just happened to get the fire happen right away. But anyways, I'll keep playtesting it, and if that is the case, that it just keeps catching on fire, I'll just move the campfire somewhere else in the lot and fill something in, like just make that a little hangout space. But I thought it would be cool to do a campfire on that deck. I thought that would be the perfect spot. And of course I had to add it in because this is like an Airbnb style build. And there's nothing more perfect than a campfire. And you'll see in the final images, I posted a picture of this in the winter so you can see when it's all snowy. And I mean, a gorgeous fire in a snowy landscape, like that's just so perfect and dreamy in my opinion. So I really hope that I get to keep it there. But anyways, you can see we're starting in on the interior. And one thing that's interesting watching this back is normally you will not see me scrolling through the catalog. You'll just see me placing items. So it's so interesting to actually see myself make decisions as it's happening. And there's something kind of satisfying about the kind of rolling of the, what would you call it? The menu? Or I'm not exactly sure what you would call the little selection space. But yeah, but I think that it ended up working out for me. And again, like I said, this was kind of a cool experiment for me, and I learned a lot from doing this, which you'll see in just a second. I also learned that I might forget to record different components doing it this way. So I unfortunately didn't get all of the kitchen recorded, but luckily I always do the final shots, so you'll be able to see it in more detail. But I just went for a kind of blue color scheme, and I really like how it turned out. And I did use one of my favorite little build hacks of using a trash can for a exhaust fan. I think that it looks really nice and just adds a little bit more style there. And so for this whole build, I was going for kind of a boho / cabiny-esque style. And so I used a lot of Snowy Escape, but like using these Desert Luxe lights, I think just really made it look just what I was going for. And I didn't have a lot of space in this little nook, so I just tried to fill it in the best I could to make it look comfortable and homey. And see, it's so weird because I know I don't use those curtains in the end, but I'm not used to seeing that. But yeah, I thought those curtains just suited it a little bit better. And now we're going to move on to the bathroom. And one thing I wanted to mention also is that I am recording this in the morning, so my voice is still waking up a little bit. So I apologize if you can kind of hear the tiredness in my voice. I did have coffee, but definitely still waking up at this point. But just wanted to get this voiceover done and finished for you so I could get this video out. So this was the only time that could work for me. So the bathroom you could see coming together, and of course it's a small space, but I think I was able to give it a nice little style and make it look comfortable. Of course, in an ideal world, I would have added a bath in. Just because when I think of an Airbnb getaway, I think of a bath. I am definitely a bath person, so that would be ideal for me. But I think it's still a nice shower, and I'm happy with how it turned out. But now we're moving on to the bedroom, which is very tiny, so I did have to size down the side tables, but I do think that it ended up looking really nice. And you can see I'm going for just a simple gray and white kind of color scheme. And I really, really love how it turned out. Definitely keeping things kind of minimal, and trying to still have that bohemian kind of cabin feel. I think I was able to do it. Definitely let me know what you think down below. But I was able to use that item from Everyday Clutter Kit. I love it. It's so cute with the glasses and like the little note. And now we're moving on to just doing a little wardrobe space. Of course, you got to have a little dresser area. And I just added in a few clutter items to make it feel a little bit more homey and comfortable and cozy, all the things I was going for with this build. I really, really love how this little space turned out. It's always nice when in a small space you can make it feel really comfortable and that perfect amount of cluttered where it's not too much, but just fills it in just enough with exactly what you need. So now we are moving on to the end of the build. So I'm just decorating up the balcony spaces here on either side. And I just wanted to add some greenery and make it look really nice and comfortable. And I wanted to say thank you so much for watching my little channel here on YouTube. It means so much to me to have like support from so many people, and my channel has grown so much over the past year. So I just thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.